Today we are talking about the top 5 Pokemon investments and collectibles you should buy right now. This list is going to go over a bunch of cards that I believe in and personally own, so you can trust that I actually care about these cards. And I'm just going to go over the valuations and why I think these cards are the next cards to explode. First on the list is Gardevoir EX from Paldean Fates. This card is stunning in so many ways. We have Wooper in the background, with Gardevoir. That's so funny, honestly. I just think Wooper is such a dopey little Pokemon to just gawk at Gardevoir. It's pretty funny. We have a little Pachirisu sleeping there as well. But don't be a sleeper on this price, because right now we're going from $60 just 3 months ago all the way up to $92. And I'm surprised this card has not broken the $100 mark yet, especially with how hard Paldean Fates is to find in the wild. I mean, you cannot find that in Costco anymore, because guess what? You're going to get knocked out before you ever find one of these, because these scalpers are running rampant. But besides that, this is a stunning card that is really not getting enough love for what it is. I mean, the Charizard and the Bubble Mew are actually way more popular and way more expensive than this card. And I have to say, I think I like this card more than both of them. Because, I mean, you have Shiny Mew and in a bubble, that card is absolutely stunning and beautiful. And I have a PSA 10 in that card, so that shows where my morals are at. But, I mean, Gardevoir EX, this shiny version of it is so stunning. It's a card that I would love to have in my collection, regardless of if it dropped or dipped in value. And guess what? Gardevoir cards are always slept on. I mean, that might not sound like a crazy thing, but Gardevoir cards are slept on these days. I mean, the last Gardevoir card that was slept on was the Gardevoir and Sylveon GX from Unbroken Bonds. This card was basically untouched for almost 2-3 years, which is pretty crazy to say because this card is now pretty stunning looking at it. But again, you can see just in the last year, this card went from like $170 all the way up to almost $300. And this is not a purchase anymore, because guess what? You missed the bandwagon, but you might not be able to miss the Gardevoir EX bandwagon. So if you pick this up now, you're definitely getting a steal. And I don't want to guarantee anything, but I have to say this is one of the highest chances your money's going to go crazy up. Next up is the Raging Bolt EX, the alt art from Temporal Forces. I mean, this card is really, really nice. Like, this card is beautiful looking. A lot of the cards on this list are actually stunning cards that I would love to have in my collection or have in my collection, regardless of their values. But forgetting about that, this card is amazing. I mean, you have Raging Bolt getting shot by lightning while its goofy looking long neck head is just tilting up out of the almost clouds around its neck. I mean, what a funny art. It'd be even funnier if they had like executors as the palm trees. That would be pretty funny. But you know what, it's okay, we have this nice, amazing Raging Bolt, almost looked at from like a predator point of view, as if some kind of ancient beast is gonna attack it soon. But again, prices of this card are going crazy as well, 50% in the last 6 months, from about $67, and now it's leveling up about almost $100. I mean, you can pick this card up all day for like $113. I don't know why these are like $135 to $199. I think the people on TCG Player are mega tripping, but you can find this card at your local card stop, eBay, whatever you want. If you find this card, I think it's a steal. I mean, forget about grading plays, because this card is actually really cheap in a PSA 10. What an amazing card to purchase. And guess what? Temporal Forces is now sold out on the Pokemon Center. It's sold out. It's gone. It was the last booster box to be on the Pokemon Center, and now it's gone, which is really telling you something. It's telling you that people are catching on to Temporal Forces. I mean, a lot of that is driver is actually like the Drowsies and the Gengars, but guess what? Raging Bolt is still the #1 card of that entire set, and I think it's going to remain that way for the foreseeable future. Chien-Pao is next up on our list, and I think, again, another stunning card that I would love to have in my collection and do actually have one of. I really want a PSA 10 of this card, and it's only like $200 because, I mean, Chien-Pao is just not as loved as it can be, but I think it will grow a lot more love. And again, this card is absolutely stunning. I mean, Chilling Rain is almost around it. You can feel these Chilling Rain vibes, but you can see the storm is just powering through Chien-Pao, and he is like a beast, almost like a saber-toothed tiger, which what it is. I can almost imagine like Sid, or what's his name, Diego from Ice Age. I know that's a crazy weird memory, but I don't know why that came up. But again, stunning, beautiful card. And again, the prices are pretty low. This is one of the cheapest cards on this list. $17 was about 3 months ago, and now it's gone up to around $22. It did hit a little bit of a high, and it is going down a little bit. But again, 25% growth. This is still a great time to buy this card. And again, an amazing set, because Paldea Evolved, it just keeps getting ripped. I mean, you log on to a rip and ship, and you see that Paldea Evolved is like the 3rd or 4th most ripped set every time because people are hunting for that Magikarp. But what's really happening is that Paldea Evolved is getting harder and harder to find, and therefore Chien-Pao is going to get more and more valuable. And guess what? Chien-Pao is going to keep going up for the foreseeable future, just like our next 2 cards, which are Ninetales and Gloom. And I know this was a top 5 list, but I had to include these 2 as one because they're both illustration rares and they're both from Obsidian Flames. Gloom is almost in this like sort of trippy kind of hallucinogenic world where he's just falling asleep, going through the clouds and going through the potions, the motions, all of it. I mean, he is insane with Weedles looking at each other like, what the hell is happening here? Because he's in this like Alice in Wonderland daydream and no one could stop him except for maybe Ninetales going through that forest as well, burning through the ashes like a phoenix. This guy looks like the king of the jungle, just bawling, running through this absolutely stunning forest. I mean, the artwork on these 2 cards alone are enough for me to buy Obsidian Flames. But guess what? Obsidian Flames is still going up because it's a harder and harder set to find. But guess what? I mean, Gloom is just a stunning, stunning Pokemon with prices constantly rising. I mean, 300% in the last 6 months. No stock that you can find that is a normal stock, like no top 500, no S&P 500 stock can even compare to Gloom in the last 6 months. Let's be honest. Ninetales has had a little bit weirder of a journey, only 127%, because it did crash abruptly, which means guess what? It's an amazing time to pick it up because we don't buy at the highs. We buy at the lows when it crashes. And I think this, again, an amazing card to pick up, an amazing pair to pick up. Next up is Regidrago V, the GOAT of the entire Sword and Shield era, in my opinion. What? The GOAT? Yes, I love Regidrago V. I have so many of these cards. I don't know why. I have a BGS 10, PSA 10. I have a CGC 10 because I just love this card. I think it's really, really cute. I don't think it's weird, but I think this card is really, really cute and funny looking. He's just chilling, sitting on a rock. He's just a chill guy with an entire Lugia in the background. And I think this art style is actually one of the most beautiful and best I've seen in such a long time. And also prices are really, really cheap on this card. It was like 12 bucks maybe a year ago, spiked up to 20, and now it's sitting pretty at around 18. And as you can see, if you go down here, you can buy all these up, and I'm sure there's a lot more cheaper ones, again, eBay's and LGS's. But you can buy 20 of these cards easy for like maybe $400. And guess what? This card is like 70 bucks in a PSA 10. That is a steal. To get $70 for a PSA 10 from a Sword and Shield era set is one of the best deals I've seen in a while. And guess what? Silver Tempest is getting more and more expensive every day. I mean, it's climbing up in price because of cards like the Lugia. And the Lugia is a beautiful card and all, but I mean, Regidrago V. I made an entire video on this because I'm so passionate about this card. And I put this on the list not just because I like it, but because I really think this is a card that people have forgotten about completely. I mean, you think Unknown V is better than this card? This card is the chillest, coolest, most wild card I've ever seen in my life. Dragon Laser and Celestial Roar are its attacks. Holy crap, I just shit my pants because that's so cool. I love Regidrago V, and I mean, I want you guys to let me know what you think of my takes. I mean, they might be a little crazy, a little out there, but I think a lot of these cards are gonna go hugely up in value, and I just love the artwork on almost all of them. Please let me know your thoughts on my videos, how I can improve and get better every time. I wanna know what you guys think, and I hope you have an amazing day. Peace.